Hello, and welcome back to my 30 days of sticking to a routine. It's been a process, but here we are, continuing. We're doing it. As you can see, I'm just preparing my space. I like to make sure that I'm, as comfortable as I can be. I feel like a lot of people are really kind of over-obsessive over the idea of trying to get somewhere else because they feel like they're going to be happier once they get there. But we really have a lot of power in just our abilities to be now and our minds being able to create a kind of reality for ourselves and maintaining our happiness. So I just wanted to bring you guys along and show you what that looks like in a day for me. This video is actually going up kind of later than I wanted it to. I wanted to get it up and finished editing by the end of Sunday, which has already passed. But I gave myself kind of like a deadline of the 15th, making sure that I got the video done and put all the voiceovers in and whatnot. It's kind of hand in hand, giving myself somewhat tough love, but also extending a helpful hand of, just because you haven't done something yet doesn't mean that you still can't do those things. A lot of us feel like failures because we can't stick, to a routine for a consistent amount of time. And we forget that building a routine is exactly that. You're building a process. You're trying to find things that make you feel good, and also finding things to remind you of why we're even doing the things that we're doing. To help with my productivity and just keeping myself on track, I really have been trying to work in periods of my day where I'm just sitting with myself and honestly thoughts that I had as a child, because I do have a lot of things there that I need to resolve. And obviously I'm not saying that you can necessarily plan out when you're gonna have those bad and unnecessary moments, but all I am saying is that you can allow yourself the freedom and the space and the consideration and the understanding that you do not always have to be okay. I feel like we've all kind of had a point in our life where there was a contingency based off of our emotions or how we acted or if we showed up or if we didn't show up. And when we don't check certain fears within ourselves and the things that we've gone through, they have a funny way of sneaking up on us. Something I did as a child and really can probably be tied to ADD or just overall being neglected. But something I really enjoyed as a child was remaking my space when I felt uncomfortable. And even though it's hard for me to clean, I definitely try to allow myself to just maintain a certain means of organization, just because I know that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to want to go through my journals and I'm going to want to get on my computer and do all these things, and I know if I don't have a clean space, I'm not going to want to do them. And I really feel like the only difference between me now and my inner child is my understanding of needing a routine and certain organization. This is actually a clip from my hometown, which I miss. I didn't have a lot of stability within parental means growing up. So like going to the grocery store with my parents and having like hobbies that I did or sports or just extracurricular activities was not really something that I just had the opportunity to do. So even now, I'm working towards getting out of the anxiety of doing things that make me uncomfortable. Because, within uncomfortability, we do find growth. Those two usually are pretty much hand in hand. And even if it comes down to me just having enough balls to sit in my front yard, even though I know that my neighbors can see me, you gotta allow yourself to take up space. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like we do try to diminish ourselves, and at least for me, I know that it's just really hard for me to want to show up because I don't know how people are going to take me, or how I'm going to be perceived, or how they want me to be perceived. And there's a large portion of my life where I was constantly being told how I should be perceived and how I should be communicating and or allowing people to understand my feelings, because there were consequences for a lot of people around me who were making choices that were not for a child to be saying. And really that in itself has kind of messed with my follow-up on a lot of situations and opportunities in my life. I feel so incredibly drained by just normal activities, and that if I'm not doing something that I think is just absolutely spectacular that I can share with the entire world, I feel like a failure. Even this video, it's taken me forever just to sit down and finish editing it. And putting all the content together and then posting it. I don't know why I have such a bad fear of putting up things. Well, I know, because I have a fear that people aren't going to like me, or they're going to think that I'm annoying, or whatever.
It out, duct tape it out.
But I'm slowly learning that, my personality is not annoying, and I have to be true to who I am if I want to be attracting even somewhat of the people that are going to enjoy me.
Oh, it's so cute! I'm so excited. Oh, I'm really screwed in
But,
this ring now.
I feel like we all have those insecurities and those fears that ultimately we're all working on individually for ourselves and for the collective. So, yeah, here's me. I'm excited to keep sharing with you guys. But thank you so much if you watched to this point. I literally cannot express to you how much it means to me, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!